Welcome to my STEM project. This is the first project for STEM. It is the traveling paper project, and starting off with the objective of the project would be to transport a piece of paper forwards, 4 meters forwards, while sitting in a chair. The restrictions for the project is may not throw the paper, you can't crumple the paper, you can't tear the paper, and the paper must be able to return to its original state at the end of the challenge. So if it's not ripped at the beginning but it's ripped at the end, it doesn't count. So after brainstorming for a while, the idea I came up with was to use it was a car idea, and the car idea was to use a toy car and drop it down the slope, and with the paper attached to the car, and the car itself will propel the car or the paper forward while the paper is attached to the car. And the first step was to get the toy car. The second step was to fold the paper, because it's much easier to transport the paper when it's folded instead of just placing it on top of the car. And then probably attaching tape, connecting the car and the paper together. And step 3 was to create the area in which I would be running my tests. And the area consisted of putting the ramp right in front of my seat, and so I could drop the car. It would gain momentum and speed as it goes down the ramp from it falling and gravity and things like that, and then it zooms past 4 meters, and yeah. As you can see here in the next part, I'm simply attaching the piece of paper with a piece of Scotch tape onto the car. It's built really simply. So now as I go to test it, as you can see, my vehicle that I just crafted is right here. It's literally just a car with a piece of tape on top. And here's what I'm going to be using as a ramp. It's kind of like a yoga mat or exercise mat or whatever you exercise on top of, so you don't hurt your back or whatever. And that's what I'm going to be using as a ramp. I'm going to put it over the chair and curve it, and so when I drop the car, it'll go much faster. So here I sit down, I'm putting it over my legs. Don't mind that, it's just you didn't want to see me fixing the camera and stuff like that. And so I dropped the car. As you can see, I didn't actually have anything that was 4 meters long, but I had a 2 meter long stick, and I put 2 of those. And as you can see, the car just barely made it past the 4 meter mark. So next, what I decided to modify on my car was I decided to change the car. Instead of using the Iron Man car, I was going to be using the Lightning McQueen car that I have at home. And this is because the Iron Man car has actually a bulky front part in front of the front wheels that when it reached the ground after the ramp, it would hit face first, and that made it lose a lot of speed, and it could have gone a lot farther if it didn't have it. And so the McQueen car was much more compact, and it did not have all these extra things on it in front, and so I thought it would be much better in place of the car. So now I'm about to test the Lightning McQueen car. As you can see here, I've got the tape attached onto it. Here you can see the 4 meter line. I'm just adjusting it really quickly. Nothing important. And then here's the ramp. I'm going to be using the same ramp. I'm not changing anything except for the car this time. And unfortunately, as you're going to see now, the car did not do nearly as well as I expected it to. And nearly as well as I wanted it to. As a matter of fact, I don't think it even went like a meter forward. And after I inspected the car, I realized that it's actually a very old car. It's like a toy car I used to play as a child. It was like super dusty when I got it, and I inspected it and I saw that the back wheels were kind of messed up. They were like curved, and so that's why I went directly into one direction or to the left, instead of just continuing going forward, because the back wheels were kind of messed up, and so the car was unable to go forward because of that.